Hello all. Today we will discuss our unit number 1, that is casting process, which comes under the subject manufacturing processes designed for second year mechanical. So let us see one by one. We have to discuss these contents. We will see the casting process, then what is mean by pattern, what are different pattern materials, what are types of patterns, which type of allowances are provided while designing the pattern, types of molding sands, its properties, then core making, which type of furnaces we can use to melt the metal, pouring and getting system design. So first, what is mean by manufacturing? So in simple way we can say it is made by machinery or made by hand. The objects are made by hand or by machinery. This is very simple meaning. What is meant by manufacturing? It basically implies making of goods or articles and providing services to meet the needs of mankind. So this is a casting is a fundamental manufacturing process where molten metal is poured into a mold to create a solid object with a specific shape and structure. This is the broad classification of manufacturing processes. So here you can see the casting is very old. It is a conventional manufacturing process. Then we can make objects by forming, then sheet metal processing, plastic processing, joining, or by machining, that is metal cutting process. So what is mean by casting? It is process. It is the earliest metal shaping techniques known to human being. It means pouring molten metal into a refractory mold cavity and allows it to solidify. Then solidified object is called as casting. So there are 6 basic steps while performing this casting process. First, we have to place a pattern in sand to create a mold. Then incorporate the pattern and sand in getting system. Third, we have to remove the pattern, we have to break the sand around the pattern. Fill the mold cavity with molten metal. Then allow the molten metal to cool or to solidify. And the last one is break away the sand mold and remove the casting. In this diagram you can see there are two molding flasks called as scope and the drag. The upper one molding flask is called as scope, where the lower one is called as drag. Then there is riser, runner, gate. We can see the pouring basin where we can pour the molten metal. Then it comes into the mold cavity through the runner and gating system. There is a blind riser also, it is shown, sprue. Then in middle one we can see the sand parting line. This is the 3D view of casting process. This is the another diagram for your visualization. So here you can see the what is casting terminology, which words are used in foundry or in casting process. Where casting is performed, that plant is called as foundry. So casting terminology, first we will see the pattern. What is meant by pattern? It is the replica of the casting, of the desired casting. Then flask or box, it is the made of wooden frame, or we can also use it for also made from metal also. Then there are two molding flasks. The upper one is called as cope and the lower one is called as drag. Next is core. To make the internal features of casting such as holes, we will use core. Next is riser. What is riser? A vertical opening in the mold. It acts as a vent for gases. It also helps to confirm that the mold is completely filled or not. Gating system. The gate is the point at which the molten metal enters into the mold cavity. The sprue is a vertical passage in the gating system. Runner, the horizontal channel of the gating system. So what are the advantages of casting system? Why we have to use this casting? As we initially said, it is the fundamental manufacturing process. So every object we can cast, or in our daily life we see much more objects we can see which are casted. So advantages, we can see the first advantage is product can be cast as one piece. It is very heavy and bulky parts can be manufactured. Metals difficult to be shaped by other manufacturing processes may be cast based for mass production. So uh, it can be used for mass production, so the production cost will be very less. Complex shapes can be manufactured. Then it is versatile manufacturing process, also economical. Now, what are the disadvantages of casting? Casting process is labor intensive process. We require the skilled labor as well as unskilled labor. Not possible for high melting point metals. Dimensional accuracy, surface finish, and amount of defects depends on the casting process. And the last one is allowances are required. Now, what are the applications? We can make transportation vehicles, we can make automotive parts, for example engine. Machine tool structure, in machine tool we can make the the beds of the machines, like the bed of the lathe machine, shaper machine, milling machine. Then turbine vanes, mill housing, walls, sanitary fittings, agricultural parts, construction and atomic energy applications. So these are the some applications. You can see the diagrams. This is the engine block, crankshaft, engine block, cylinder head, brake assembly. So here we will stop, and in next lecture we will see what is mean by pattern. What are the requirements, what are the different allowances provided for pattern. Thank you.